let's get to it. Real quick, here are the settings for my Sony a6500. File format was at XAVCS 4K, shot at 24p at 100 megabytes, all manual focus, aperture set to 1.4, auto white balance set to white, and no picture profile. Here we go, test number 1. Here at ISO 100, you see nothing. What you're supposed to see is my son's soccer ball lit by a street light just outside my porch. Here at ISO 250, you kind of see the shape of the ball, but not usable. At ISO 400, you see the ball a little bit clearer, even some of the floor, but again, not usable. At ISO 800, you start to really see the shape of the ball and more of the floor, but I still don't think it's usable. It's a little bit better at ISO 1250. It's very moody, so you can use it at this point. Even better at ISO 1600, still a little dark in my opinion, but usable. At ISO 3200, now this is what I saw when I filmed it, and it looks pretty good. No noise or anything at all. At ISO 6400, I like the best because you can see more details in the shadows. It's still pretty usable without much noise. Now at ISO 10000, you start to see some noise, but it can be cleared up with a bit of denoiser or a similar plugin. Same thing for ISO 12800, definitely usable as long as you use some sort of denoising plugin. And at ISO 25600, it's definitely not usable in my opinion. Here we go, test number 2. Same setup, but different angle. ISO 100, you see nothing, dark as night. ISO 250, you see the ball a little bit, but again, not much of anything else. It's a little bit better at ISO 400, and you see a little bit of the floor, but not usable. At ISO 800, it starts to look a little more healthy. You see more of the floor and the ball and the shadow, so that's pretty cool. It starts to shape up even more at ISO 1250. At this point, you can use this footage. At ISO 1600, looks much better. Definitely usable footage without much noise. And ISO 3200, this is what my eye saw when I was filming. Definitely usable and looks great. At ISO 6400, this is the best ISO in my opinion, without much noise. And at ISO 10000, again, at this point, you're going to have to use some sort of denoising plugin, but definitely usable. Same thing for ISO 12800, although the highlights tend to look a little too hot. And at ISO 25600, not usable, but pretty amazing that this camera can capture such detail in low light. But that's it. Thanks guys for watching. If you have any questions, comment below or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll catch you later.